There's something wrong with this picture. Except it is not a picture, it is Borderlands 2. Now, you might have just got clickbaited. Well, so did I. I just also got clickbaited by the mod author, so we're on a sample here. Nevertheless, let's get into this mind-blowing shield update. Hi, welcome back to another new update on Pandora. Today we would like to bring you some new interesting technology advancement the Pandoran people just achieved. So, Nyan, can you tell us what's going on with this madness of new shield technology people are talking about? Yeah, remember your good old TDO shield? Apparently they just got upgraded and now they give you extra utility like movement speed, action skill cooldown and stuff. Not to mention, their stats that got an upgrade to fit their all-rounder purpose protection better. For you people who like to know about detailed statistics, all of their stats like shield capacity, shield recharge rate, and the rest you can see on the card got a whopping 10% improvement in number. Thank you very much. Also, I've heard Earth people just discovered something crazy about the new LK99 superconductor. What do you think about this? That's cool, but not as cool as the new technology advancement on adaptive booster, Nova and Spike Shield over here. Let's talk about the thing I am most excited about first. The new Spike Shield 2.0. Now, as you remember, Spike Shields in Borderlands franchise suck and they can only be activated by taking melee damage. But the 2.0 version now allows the shield special to be activated just by simply taking damage. What's even cooler is that no Spike Shield are the same. Let's talk about Fire Spike Shield. As soon as you take any damage, it will instantly deal fire damage and ignite the attacker on the spot. Okay, that's pretty cool. What about the rest? What's the difference about Spike Shields you mentioned? Well, for the first differences, we have a Shock Spike Shield over here. Unlike the fire version, the Shock Spike Shield can knock the attacker away and deals a lot of shock damage afterward. Of course, since this is the first generation of this new technology, this shocking ability can only be activated by taking melee or bullet damage and they need up to 3-second cooldowns between use. For corrosive version, it doesn't need to wait and can spread spike damage within 300 units of the attackers. Or in other words, a very good way to handle crowd control situations. And lastly, similar to the Shock Spike Shield, the explosive version requires a small cooldown between activation, but they sure deal big air damage. That should be it for Spike Shield. Let's talk about the opposite of Spike Shield, Nova Shield 2.0. This Spike Shield special ability activates by taking damage. Nova Shield special can activate by dealing damage. If you are a fan of melee build in Borderlands 2, grab yourself a corrosive Nova Shield, cause every time you deal melee damage, you will release a deadly corrosive eruption. A dream of an AoE melee build is finally achievable, so go for them, tigers. For those who like to occasionally emit an EMP shock wave and like to use guns more, we suggest a Shock Nova version, or an explosive version is also fine if you want to knock enemy around and need a breathing room. Of course, we also have a special defensive version of Nova Shield if you want to be passive-aggressive with your playstyle. The Fire Nova Shield will be a perfect choice as they can now release an invincible stationary healing zone for you to sit back and relax. Oh, and don't worry about your Nova healing zone being invaded. Your enemies will take damage if they ever dare to do so. Whoa, technology sure advanced fast. I really wish our channel could also do the same. Well, why don't you ask them to hit that subscribe button in the meantime? I'm sure people will give it a try if you ask them politely. Alright then, hit that subscribe button or I'll slap you with this. I get threatening the viewer will work. Anyway, let's get back to the news. Let's talk about Booster Shield next. We love the concept of Booster Shield on paper, however, they are terrible and situational on a real battlefield. So, we developed a new concept for them. What if Booster Shield is a kind of shield that gets more powerful the more the phase go on? Introduce Booster Shield 2.0. First big advancement of the team of scientists on Pandora made is that Booster Shields no longer drop booster garbage. Thank good heaven for that, your FPS will not be wasted anymore. Second technology advancement on booster shield is that they can auto repair your shield now. Then we come to the third advancement, the one where you get more powerful the longer the fight goes on. See that booster chance? It is a chance of overcharging your weapons, making them deal more damage the more booster stacks you have. You live up to its nest of booster. Booster shields also improves your grenade capacity by 2. What a deal! But you know what else live up to its name now? Adaptive Shield 2.0. Adaptive to elemental damage and adaptive to your fighting style. This shield now has up to 4 new adaptive abilities. Of course, you always are hidden because the team of scientists on Pandora believe it's more fun that way. Borderlands 2 is a game about shoot and lose after all, right? So go find yourself a Neo Generator and an Evolution Shield to know more about the 2 hidden adaptive abilities. Still, knowing the first 2 is more than enough fun to grab your attention, since the adaptive shields are now all about elemental damage. Just damage an enemy, it will boost your elemental damage as well as your fire rate. Taking damage will grant you a temporary force field protecting you from all physical and magical threats. Adaptive, flexible, fun. What else can you ask for? That's very fun, but I believe it's not even over if technology has advanced this far, am I right? Yep. Next stop, we'll cover the new Roy shields. So usually we have to make our shield to get Roy damage, right? What about we don't need to do that at all this time? Yes, we don't need to do that anymore. Just grab a Roy shield and your melee damage will deal bonus Roy damage all the time. What's cooler, it helps you to take reduced melee damage as well as increase your base melee damage by a little bit more. Not insane enough? How about an extra AoE effect where enemy closer to you also take more melee damage? By the way, increasing melee attack speed is possible in Borderlands 2 now, but we'll cover that next time. Overwhelming, I love it. What about M shields? Right, here's the thing with M Shield 2.0. With the technology provided by Light Chaos Man, they can deal M damage all the time as long as your shield isn't depleted. So you're telling me you can do M damage all the time now? Yes, even their bonus M damage is more powerful than the B shield now. However, they will drain your shield every shot, so expect loss of bullet hole on your computer screen. High risk, high reward, I love it. How about the last 2 absorb and turtle shields? Well, they also got some upgrades as well, like chance to reflect enemy bullets, increase bullet damage, increase ammo carrying capacity, increase damage reduction, yada yada. But that's not the biggest thing at the end of our news. Allow me to conclude the news with another more insane technology advancement. You see that force field stuff at the beginning of the video, right? Well, they are real and there are currently 2 unique shields that allow you to do that with today's latest update. Have a look at a new crack set and pots of gold. They're not for show at all, they actually provide a special ability as well as extra protection. The only drawbacks of having 3 to 4 shields like this is that you won't be able to use your grenade, glass moss, and relic, as well as increase the time your shield needs to start recharging itself again. Still, who doesn't like to be extra thick? I am Nyan, reporter of the War Machine News. Thanks for watching and peace. Well, I guess we'll have to wait for a while before he comes back.